Here she is starting a Dolton Village board meeting dressed like the Wesley Snipes character in the movie New Jack City. Later, punctuating her political points with the help of her own DJ.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Rita. So the clip that you just saw is mayor in a small suburb of 20,000 population, approximately 20,000, just south of the south side of Chicago. And this is the town of Dolton. I have known people who grew up here. This used to be very quiet, very clean, family-oriented town. And when I say family, I mean two-parent households, multiple children. Like this used to be a very, like I said, quiet suburb. But it's often been said that the people running the town are representative of the people in the community. We're going to talk a little bit about this, about what's going on here with this lady, Tiffany Henyard is her name, who is the mayor of Dolton. We're going to talk a little bit about Chicago in terms of voting. So in this small town of approximately 20,000 people, only 16,000, just over 16,000 are registered voters. Of the 16,000, guess how many came out to vote? Only about, just over 2,000 people actually came out to vote. Where was everybody else? Where was everybody else? Why is this problematic? Well, we can see in this video here, first of all, why it's problematic, why this lady is problematic.
We really need them patrolling the streets.
So she's the part-time mayor of a south suburban village of a little more than 20,000 people.
Yet residents of Dolton are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars per year to provide security for their self-proclaimed super mayor.
And this woman received 1,001 votes. Politics is not fun, but we got to get involved because what's happening is shysters are looking for ways to get money. She's got another job too. Get this. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. So this woman, the New Jack City lady, Nino Brown, here's this article. Ready for this? Surprise twist. Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard becomes Thornton Township Supervisor. The last of 9 nominations, Henyard is seconded, voted on, and sworn in minutes before the midnight deadline. In a stunning conclusion to a process that has been marked by frustration and confusion, Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is now the supervisor of Thornton Township after being appointed to position roughly 10 minutes before the legal deadline. She is township supervisor and mayor. So she's getting and this is apparently legal. So she's getting 2 paychecks now. This woman, Nino Brown, 2 paychecks. She's making about approximately $250,000 a year because of these 2 salaries she's getting. Okay, but politics is not your thing, right? Okay, well, then you got to deal with this woman. Thursday night township meeting was scheduled 2 days ago when the Thornton Township Board was unable to agree on an appointment. Missing the midnight deadline for appointing someone would have brought the decision to a town hall style meeting where township electors would have chosen the next supervisor. But trustee Christopher Gonzalez said he didn't want it to come to that. So he didn't want a town hall meeting where they would have chosen the supervisor. So he wanted to do it, in the cloak of darkness behind closed doors? Anyway, let me continue on. Though he had nominated Thornton Township Assessor Cassandra Elston more than once and would have preferred her to be appointed to the role, at 11:49 p.m. he nominated Henyard, believing a majority of the board would set aside their divisions and accept her before the midnight deadline. They decided against a town hall meeting, and the board decided they were going to just do it on their own, make the decision for the voters. So they want to recall this lady, and the city council and the board of trustees, they want her out. So it's a lot harder to get these people out of office. You have to be paying attention to who you're voting in, what they're saying on Facebook. Are they posting videos on Facebook? Are they telling you what they're going to do in your community? This same lady, I believe a year or 2 ago, was the community was coming down on her and was complaining because, it was just after she was elected, I think. They were complaining because she hired some sex offender
Residents of South Suburban Dolton reacting to a Fox 32 investigation that found a new village employee with a dangerous criminal past.
He is a registered child sex offender, and he's now been hired by the village to go into people's homes and businesses.
Now, furious village trustees are taking steps to curb the mayor's power.
The other thing is she is misusing funds. She is got her own private security, you know, for all these people who talk about they don't want the police, whatever. This lady hand selected, the news reports say, specific police officers to be her own private security. And she obviously thinks the taxpayers owe her this.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me. Thank you, DJ.
And it's hard to turn anywhere in Dolton without seeing Henyard's picture.
Now, as I said, the people in Dolton are disgruntled about this woman, as they should be. Apparently, they tried to sue her. They tried to get her out of office, and it went to court, and the court sided with this mayor, Tiffany Henyard. It looks like these people are going to have to ride this out. This lady was just elected in 2021. It looks like they're going to have to ride this out until the next election, which is all the way terrible. But like I said, 16,000 in a town of 20,000 people, only 16,000 people are registered. Now, I assume there are children and minors included in the 20,000. So we'll just go and say, okay, sorry for the interruption. I went to compare the census data, which is the population, like I told you, roughly 20,000 people, right? So I looked at the number of people who were under the age of 18 for comparison. Turns out almost 6,000 people are under the age of 18. So when you do the math, you end up with only about 14,640 adults, give or take, right? So, but there are over 16,000 registered voters, according to the elections website. Over 16,000 registered voters, 14,000 adults. Okay. Let's just say every single adult, which we know that's not the case, but let's just say every single adult, 16,000 or so people are registered to vote, and only 1,000 voted for her. So for everybody who stat this one out, this is what you got. Now I'm going to move over to Chicago because there's something similar going on over here. Chicago has a population of 2.6 million, approximately 2.6 million people. Of those people, 1.5 million approximately are registered to vote. Guess how many came out for this mayoral vote? 613,000. So for all of you who are registered to vote, who decided you were going to sit this one out because, you know, I'm not into politics. I even have family who, I'm not into politics. I don't really know. I'm not. If you ask them about something going on in their community, they're like, I don't know. I'm not into politics. They really could care less until all these illegals start having tent cities built up next door to you. Then all of a sudden it's a problem.
And we demand that they do not put these people here.
One of those possible locations we're learning from sources, 115th Street and Halstead.
Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my God, I said one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
But see, you decided to sit this one out. There were some wards who overwhelmingly voted for the other candidate and who are now having to suffer through the consequences of this voter turnout in this election. So all I'm saying is you get what you vote for or what you don't vote for. So you better get out to vote. Did you know that there are 11 sanctuary states in this country? Sanctuary states. Illinois, for people who are trying to push back against Brandon Johnson and all of these policies, which they should, and like I said earlier, the recall, good luck with that. Probably nearly impossible for you to recall this guy, so you're just going to have to ride this thing out or chase him out of office. I don't know. But Illinois is a sanctuary state. A Republican by the name of Bruce Rauner back in 2017 actually signed a bill into law making Illinois a sanctuary state. It says here, Illinois became a sanctuary state in 2017 when Bruce Rauner signed the Illinois Trust Act. It is the 6th most populous state in the union, making it one of the largest sanctuary states. In 2019, Governor J.B. Pritzker signed 3 bills expanding the sanctuary law. The bills together would ban alien detention centers, prohibit local law enforcement from cooperating with ICE, and would limit immigration enforcement at public schools and universities, libraries, hospitals, and courthouses. We need to be showing up and getting out here and voting, even though politics is not your thing per se, and it may not be your thing, but you better kind of start making it your thing at some level, because these are the people who decide how many liquor stores are going, or if liquor stores are going to be lined up in your neighborhood, how many pawn shops, currency exchanges, these are the people who change the zones in your street. Oh, you live on a residential street and you thought that empty lot next to you, they were going to build a nice new home there, but all of a sudden, now you got a currency exchange right there next to you. These are the types of things, because they've changed the zoning and you didn't know what was going on because politics ain't your thing. Yeah, blah, blah. It sounds boring, but oftentimes this is where you will find things that they are doing in your community that you don't know about, and you don't know about it until it's too late. In the case of this lady in Dolton, Illinois, who is in there acting like Nino Brown, only 1,000 votes put that lady in office. Now, I looked over some of the other elections that were happening across Chicago, right? And there were tons of wards and districts where you had non-contested races. What does that mean? That means that I can go in there, put my name, fill out the form so I can be the alderman or the whatever trustee or on the library board or whatever it may be. I can go out there, fill out my documentation, be put on the ballot, and nobody runs against me. And then I can have one person, I can vote for myself, one vote, and then I'm in. Uncontested wards, a lot of them in the Chicago area. So when people want to try to figure out what's going on, people aren't participating, people aren't coming out to vote because politics is not my thing. Okay, well, fine. Then then be prepared to be okay with whatever is coming. So we have got to show up, even if you can't be involved, at least look at these people's, we got social media now. We should be able to look at these people's Facebook, YouTube, whatever they got going on, interviews that they're doing, to see what they're talking about, what they actually believe in. Forget the party affiliation. What do you really believe? Not what sounds good, but what do you believe and what are you willing to do to make that happen, whether good or bad? Pay attention, people. Get out there, vote, or deal with the lady who thinks she's in New Jack City.
Last week, Fox 32 and the Illinois Answers Project investigated how Henyard is using Dolton and Thornton Township tax money, employees, and equipment to fund a cancer charity in her name.
Running your town and taking all the monies. All right, until next time, ciao, God bless.